A leopard is locked in an intense hunt with a massive python. The moment the leopard sinks its teeth into the python's body, the snake retaliates with its deadly signature move, the constricting death coil. As a top predator, the leopard isn't one to back down. It wriggles free, only to be ensnared again by the python's crushing grip. The snake's sheer strength could suffocate most prey, but the leopard uses its razor-sharp claws and teeth to fight back. In pain, the python releases its hold, and the leopard leaps away to create distance. The leopard, hungry and undeterred, refuses to give up. It resumes the battle with confidence, its skill as a predator unmatched across the African plains. The python, shaken from their life-and-death struggle, tries to flee, but the leopard won't let it escape so easily. With powerful swipes, the leopard forces the python to stop and face its relentless attacks. After a tense standoff, the enraged snake strikes, but the leopard swiftly counters, sinking its teeth into the python. The struggle ends decisively. This mighty snake becomes the leopard's meal. Unbelievably, the leopard triumphs, savoring its hard-won feast under the shade of the tree. A battle of titans, won through sheer resilience and instinct. A kangaroo's ear was crawling with blood-sucking parasites, feasting non-stop on its blood. Just when you thought it couldn't get worse, something incredible happened. Out of nowhere, a sleek black crow swooped down, targeting the parasites. With one sharp peck, it snapped up a parasite, which burst like a juicy dumpling in its beak. Though crows aren't exactly beloved by humans, their intelligence and resourcefulness are undeniable. For the crow, these parasites were a delicacy. Without the crow's intervention, the kangaroo might have suffered endlessly, as the parasites not only drained its blood, but multiplied mercilessly, threatening its very life. The crow, seeing this as a win-win, feasted eagerly while helping the kangaroo. Surprisingly, the kangaroo seemed to recognize the crow's good intentions and didn't flee, despite its powerful legs. In no time, the crow cleared the parasites completely. So, what do you think? Are crows pests or heroes? This is an intense scene of cheetahs hunting an ostrich. You wouldn't believe how brutal its death was. Not long ago, an ostrich family stepped out to forage, completely unaware that a cheetah had locked onto them from afar. Led by the adults, a dozen little ostriches wandered, searching for food. But hunger drove 3 cheetahs to launch a deadly ambush. The ostriches spotted them and bolted at full speed, but today, they were up against the kings of speed. In mere moments, the 3 cheetahs worked together and took down a female ostrich. But this was no easy fight. An ostrich's deadly kick can kill a lion, let alone a small cheetah. Yet, the cheetah's precision and power were unstoppable. Within seconds, the ostrich was subdued. Then, with a final, ruthless bite to the neck, it collapsed, its struggle ending in vain. Unbelievable. 2 fearless dogs managed to corner a Komodo dragon, forcing the mighty reptile to retreat into the water. Bold little Yellow even dared to bite at the dragon's tail, sparking a fierce standoff. The Komodo dragon, enraged, whipped around and bared its massive jaws in retaliation, launching an intense battle of wills. It's astonishing how daring these dogs were. Had they no idea of the Komodo dragon's lethal bite, teeming with venomous bacteria and anticoagulants? Despite the dragon's menacing reputation, it chose to back down, retreating step by step under the relentless provocation of the dogs. Yellow grew bolder, grabbing the dragon's tail and pulling with wild determination. It became a dramatic tug-of-war, neither side willing to yield. For half an hour, they wrestled for dominance, locked in a standoff that defied expectations. So, who do you think ultimately emerged victorious? After an elephant was bitten by a deadly black mamba and died, a lion pride discovered its carcass and began feasting, unaware of the danger. Soon, the venom spread to the lions. Some collapsed, writhing in pain. Others vomited violently or swelled up, foaming at the mouth. It began with the Lion King finding the elephant and calling the pride to eat, never questioning if it was a gift or a trap. But black mamba venom had poisoned the meat, and the lions paid the price. One by one, they fell near the elephant, unable to survive. The pride's feast turned into a tragedy, a cruel lesson in nature's unforgiving rules. Next time, they'll think twice before eating a mysterious carcass. Damn, I totally forgot. Out of nowhere, an eagle swoops down into the chicken coop, snatching up the little chicks one after another, feasting without hesitation. Then, another eagle joins in. In just moments, what was once a lively flock of chicks is now completely devoured. And yet, those two still seem unsatisfied, as if they want more. Where on earth is the mother hen? How could she leave her babies unguarded? But oh, the eagles never saw it coming. When they returned for more blood, the rooster was waiting. With unrelenting fury, he launched his counterattack, unleashing a storm of pecks and strikes. The mighty eagles, once rulers of the sky, found themselves utterly helpless. And the ultimate humiliation? One of them got its eye pecked out by a mere rooster. Talk about a total disgrace. The tiger climbed the tree, eager to catch the monkey. But never in its wildest dreams did it expect its own leg would shatter in the fall. Just moments ago, a hungry tiger had scaled a towering tree, cornering the once arrogant monkey. Shivering before the king of beasts, the monkey relied on its agility, leading the tiger into a trap. Just as victory seemed near, the tiger lost its grip, crashing to the ground, leg broken. Meanwhile, a lion targeted another monkey. Shaking the tree furiously, it tried to send the monkey plummeting to its doom. But the nimble creature held firm, forcing the lion to retreat in frustration. Yet against the leopard, even the cleverest monkey was helpless. A true master of the trees, the leopard struck with deadly precision, snatching the monkey right out of its escape. It's simply unbelievable. A dolphin, in a heartwarming gesture of gratitude, brought a plump sea cucumber from the ocean to the man who saved it. The dolphin had been tangled in a fishing net, and the man helped free it, offering a sense of relief. Excited, the dolphin returned to the water, not only performing a joyful display but also retrieving a gift for the man, a token of thanks. The man, overjoyed, gently accepted the sea cucumber and shared a moment of closeness with the dolphin. The act of the dolphin gifting him left him not only surprised but deeply moved. He even shared his own food with it. This touching scene radiated warmth. Dolphins often turn to humans for help when trapped in nets, and this little dolphin was no different. Without hesitation, the man carefully freed it, knowing the agony it must have endured without assistance. Similarly, when a little yellow dog fell into the sea, everyone feared the worst. Yet the dolphin sprang into action, rescuing the dog and safely returning it to the boat. Truly, dolphins are one of the smartest creatures, and the grateful dog playfully interacted with the dolphin to express its thanks. A pack of wild dogs dared to hunt a giraffe, a display of audacity that's hard to believe. Would they succeed in their bold attempt, or would the giraffe's powerful kick leave them with shattered skulls? The outcome was nothing short of surprising. As more giraffes arrived, the tension grew. The wild dogs circled, sizing up their towering opponents. They knew one misstep could result in a lethal blow. A single kick from the giraffe could mean death or severe injury. One dog leaped repeatedly, trying to bite the giraffe's belly, but it was just out of reach. The giraffe, unbothered, ignored their antics, as if dismissing the threat entirely. But as the pack grew larger, something unexpected happened. The giraffes, towering at over 2 meters tall, chose to flee. Wild dogs, emboldened, gave chase, unwilling to let such a rare opportunity slip away. After a brief pursuit, the wild dogs realized the impossibility of their quest. Outmatched, they reluctantly abandoned their hunt and slinked away in defeat. The chase never stops on the savannah. Hardly any animal can outrun a cheetah. After all, this speed demon is the Ferrari of the grasslands. This little field reporter, completely at the mercy of the cheetah, getting toyed with like a plaything. Maybe the cheetah just wants to run him to death for fun. Serves him right, always tattling to the lion boss and the hyena gang. Now that he's in the cheetah's clutches, he's in for a serious lesson. It's reported that a Komodo dragon, San Sao, decided to eat a highly venomous giant bat, unaware of its notorious reputation as a poison king. Will San Sao survive this risky feast? This massive bat, hanging upside down from a tree, is a rare sight. With a body as hefty as a monkey's, one bite from it could be fatal. But the greedy San Sao wasn't fazed. Used to dining on wild boars and goats, he wanted something different. In one swift move, he yanked the bat from the tree. The bat shrieked in pain, but its struggle was short-lived. Surprisingly, San Sao devoured the bat in just a few bites. Yet, it wasn't enough to satisfy him. His luck continued as he spotted another giant bat perched nearby, its wings casting an eerie shadow. Without hesitation, San Sao leapt and snapped it down. The bat, a self-proclaimed poison king, probably never imagined it would end up in the belly of such a daring predator. But why didn't the bat just fly away? Who truly reigns as king, the lion or the hippo? Lions, the rulers of the savannah, seize every chance to prey on hippos, even though their attempts rarely succeed. But when an opportunity arises, they won't let it slip. When a lion spots a lone hippo, it sets its sights on the massive target. As the hippo turns to flee, the lion leaps with all its might, tackling the hippo to the ground. The hippo, with its thick skin and immense strength, is a formidable opponent. Even two male lions crossing the river often retreat in panic under the hippo's tank-like charge, unwilling to fight back. Lions rarely dare to linger near a hippo's domain. Even drinking water risks being chased away. But patience is key. When the lion finds the right moment, a bulky hippo can be brought down, unable to rise again. This time, the hippo didn't expect to lose, and ultimately became the lion's meal. A massive herd of buffalo stood frozen, watching helplessly as one of their own lay pinned by a lioness, her jaws locked tightly around its throat. Not a single buffalo dared step forward to rescue their companion. One subtle glance from the lioness sent them retreating in fear, unwilling to risk becoming her next target. As the pinned buffalo struggled, it desperately hoped for its herd to act. A brave buffalo finally edged closer, but the lioness merely stared it down. Despite their numbers, over 300 strong, the herd hesitated, choosing to spectate rather than charge the predator. But then, a few courageous buffalo began to circle the lioness, cautiously advancing. Encouraged, they started nudging their fallen companion, flipping it back to its feet. The lioness held her ground, unafraid even against such odds. After what felt like endless minutes of tense standoff, one buffalo charged directly at the lioness. Startled, she released her grip and fled. The buffalo were victorious, but their unity came dangerously late. Any longer, and their comrade might not have survived. Unbelievable! Who would dare imagine that a small bobcat could take down a powerful musk deer? Even a fierce cougar isn't a match for this fearless feline. When a cougar tried to approach, the bobcat smacked it square in the nose. Stunned by the bobcat's ferocity, the cougar had no choice but to retreat. This legendary wolf-slaying machine doesn't hesitate to face down wild wolves alone, even sneaking into their dens at night. With lightning-fast reflexes, it takes them down with ease. Known as the Little Tiger, the bobcat's agility allows it to leap over 5 meters effortlessly. Cunning foxes are no challenge, and the bobcat can easily overpower and kill a full-grown one. Even the much larger musk deer isn't safe. The bobcat fearlessly strikes, biting into the deer's neck with relentless ferocity. The musk deer thrashes and spins in pain, but the bobcat's grip only tightens. After a grueling battle, the exhausted deer collapses, helpless as the bobcat claims its prize. A true apex predator in disguise. What a heart-stopping moment. A lone antelope found itself locked in a life-or-death chase with a crocodile in the water. While the antelope's speed on land is unmatched, the crocodile had the upper hand in the water. With danger closing in, the antelope summoned every ounce of strength, desperately swimming toward the shore in a bid for survival. Its frantic efforts paid off, as it managed to create some distance between itself and the relentless predator. But the crocodile, unwilling to give up on a near-certain meal, surged forward with renewed determination, closing the gap with terrifying speed. For over 10 minutes, a relentless, agonizing chase, the antelope's survival instincts clashed with the crocodile's ferocity. Just as the predator's gaping jaws lunged forward, the antelope dove underwater and performed an incredible leap to the shore. In a miraculous escape, the antelope bolted into safety, trembling from the ordeal, while the frustrated crocodile returned to the depths, its hunt ending in failure. It's over. It's over. Reports say that Sansa, while greedily feasting, was tragically choked to death by her own meal. She had swallowed an entire goat and a large coon whole. Desperately trying to spit them out, would she succeed or meet her end? Just moments ago, Sansa encountered a massive coon. She lunged and snapped it up in one bite. It was her first time facing something like coon, but she effortlessly gulped it down. Unsatisfied, she moved on to a goat, which, surprisingly, didn't flee immediately. Delighted by this, Sansa swaggered over, tongue-flicking, and sank her teeth into the goat. The goat, naive to the cruelty of the world, never imagined such a grim fate. But Sansa, in her haste, made a fatal mistake. The goat became lodged in her throat. In agony, Sansa pressed her mouth against the stairs, attempting to force the goat further down. But no matter how hard she tried, the goat was stuck fast. And just like that, Sansa was tragically choked to death by her own greed. What the heck? Unlucky worker Cheetah somehow scored a whole pot of fresh, mouth-watering lamb today. 100% organic, no additives, just pure goodness. But before he could decide how to feast on it, Boss Cow in the distance had seen enough. He wasn't about to let this slide. Justice for the grass eaters. Without hesitation, Boss Cow charged straight at worker Cheetah, scaring him off on the spot. But when he got closer, oh crap, the poor lamb was already gone. Noodles scattered everywhere, the feast ruined. What's the point now? If they'd arrived just a few minutes earlier, maybe they could have saved the poor soul. Worker Cheetah is beyond speechless. This wasn't Cow Jr., so why were they even butting in? A lion managed to take down a hippo, and immediately the hippo's companions rushed ashore to check on the fallen one. Would these daring lions face the wrath of a hippo's crushing power? The companions nudged the injured hippo repeatedly, trying to help it stand, and opened their massive jaws to scare off the lions. Startled, the lions backed off momentarily. But lions don't give up easily, especially when a meal is so close. Tensions escalated as the standoff began. Typically, lions avoid provoking hippos. Those giant jaws can be deadly. In one instance, a lioness attempted to attack a hippo and ended up being bitten so severely it was tragic to witness. However, something surprising happened. When the lions lunged at the downed hippo again, its companions retreated, one by one, slipping back into the water. From there, they watched in silence as the lions feasted on their fallen comrade. Had they fought back, the lions might have been forced to retreat. But today, it seemed the hippos believed their companion was beyond saving. And so, the king of the savannah claimed its prize. Oh my god, a lion scaled a fence in the dead of night and broke into a residential neighborhood. If anyone had crossed paths with it, it would have been game over. Security guard Wensheng immediately went to investigate, but if the lion spotted him, the consequences could have been unimaginable. The lion confidently strutted into the building, completely unaware it was now deep in human territory. It was the early hours of the morning. Most residents were fast asleep. If any night owls had bumped into the lion, their luck would have been truly terrifying. From its gaunt belly, it was clear the lion was desperate for food. It looked around, prowling through hallways, searching for prey. Life on the savannah must be tough if a lion dares to venture into human dwellings to hunt. It even seemed to think a stray cat or dog would suffice for a quick meal. After wandering and finding nothing, the lion left disappointed, heading toward the gate. As it leapt over the fence and disappeared, Wensheng finally got a good look. It was indeed a lion. By then, his nerves must have been shot, and his uniform probably soaked with sweat. What a close call. Damn, the lion's revenge on the hunting dogs is brutal beyond belief. This unfortunate hunting dog is in for the worst. Trying to sneak into the lion's territory to attack a lioness, it was caught. To make an example of the pack, the lion immediately bit through this dog's spine. That's it for this poor dog. Facing the king of the savannah, there's no chance. Before it could even struggle, it was turned into a crippled dog. The other hunting dogs finally understood the lion's unmatched power. Forget about hunting dogs. Any wild pack that provokes a lion is doomed. Then, a pack of wild dogs surrounds a lone lioness, taunting her. But before they can celebrate, the lion arrives. His wrath is terrifying. He charges straight into their den, avenging his pride. With a jaw powerful enough to crush bones, the lion doesn't hesitate. The wild pups are torn apart one by one, and even the adult dogs stand no chance. Once you mess with a lion, there's no coming back from it. Damn, this is bad news, guys. The lion, the big boss, has got a hold of one of the hunting dogs, and now the rest of the pack is actually daring to take on the lion to save him. You have to admit, these hunting dogs are brave and unbelievably united. The lion locks its jaws around the dog and refuses to let go. Soon, the other dogs rush in to help, attacking the lion relentlessly. It's unbelievable, but in the end, the lion can't take the pain anymore and finally releases his grip. The hunting dogs, seeing their comrade freed, start to retreat. Damn, what a scene! The Lion King was bitten by a venomous snake, and what happened next was nothing short of a miracle. The venom had shot through his body like wildfire, leaving him writhing in agony on the ground. His roars of pain echoed, but he refused to give in. He knew that if he died, his mate and cubs would fall victim to the wrath of a new ruling lion. While most animals bitten by such snakes face certain death, this Lion King's fate stunned everyone. After the snake struck, he leapt into the air but quickly collapsed. Though it wasn't clear what kind of snake had attacked him, the venom's effects were undeniable. Flies began to gather, sensing death was near. But this wasn't the end. In an astonishing twist, the lion began eating grass as if seeking a natural antidote. Against all odds, he rose again. Though he lost the use of one leg, the Lion King defied death, surviving what seemed impossible. A true testament to his indomitable will, the little brown bear surrendered. Cornered by a pack of relentless hunting dogs, it had no choice but to climb a tree, desperately trying to hold its ground. The dogs barked furiously, their aggression filling the air, terrifying the bear into submission. The situation was hopeless. Outnumbered and overwhelmed, the young bear realized these dogs were unstoppable in their pursuit. Their unwavering determination to catch the bear was chilling. They would stop at nothing. Thankfully, the dogs couldn't climb trees, but the bear knew staying up there forever wasn't an option. Summoning courage, it made a daring escape attempt, only to be chased again in a heart-pounding race for its life. Out of options, the bear climbed back up another tree, finding temporary safety once more. Up there, at least, it could breathe. For now. Damn. To wipe out the long-tailed rabbits once and for all, Sang Biao led his fierce hunting dogs on the hunt. You wouldn't believe how gruesome their deaths were. On an American ranch, the rabbits had become a plague, stealing food daily and causing massive losses. Desperate, the rancher called in Sang Biao, a professional for a professional job. Once the hiding spots were marked, the dogs charged in. Grass flew, rabbits bolted, but there was no escape. The dogs, more excited than seeing bones, clamped down and thrashed wildly. One by one, the rabbits fell. But Sang Biao wasn't done. With ruthless precision, the air cannon was deployed, wiping out every last rabbit underground. In just moments, not a single one remained. It's almost unbelievable, but a horse was found trapped in the mud. While mining, a man stumbled upon this shocking sight and immediately called for a rescue team. Two men, holding their tools, cautiously began digging, while the crowd above stood watching. The pressure from above could worsen the situation for the horse. It was clear from the soil that the horse had been trapped for a long time, showing just how resilient it was. No one knew how it ended up buried here, but the priority was getting it out. No time to investigate further. A young man, shirtless, pulled with all his might on the horse's tail. After a great effort, the horse was finally freed. But the poor creature's fate didn't get any easier. Separated from its owner, it had fallen into a pit, with only its head above the surface. The rescue team rushed in with an excavator but feared causing harm to the horse. They tied a rope around the horse and used a car to pull it out. The pain was unbearable for the horse, and it struggled violently. After hours of hard work, the horse was finally saved. The snow leopard had just caught a yak and was enjoying its hard-earned feast when trouble arrived. The scent of food had drawn in two wild wolves and a lone red fox, all determined to steal a share. A fierce battle for food was about to begin. From a mountain peak, the snow leopard watched the intruders, seething with anger as the wolves boldly approached. Though furious, it held back, opting not to confront them directly. The wolves, unfazed, dug into the yak and ate their fill before leaving. No sooner had the wolves departed than the red fox arrived, eyeing the leftovers. This time, the snow leopard had no intention of being lenient. As the fox nervously gobbled up the scraps, it kept glancing around, aware of the lurking predator. Seeing only the fox, the snow leopard crept closer and, with a swift charge, chased it off. The fox retreated, watching from a distance, hoping for another chance. But the snow leopard, now guarding what remained of its meal, made it clear no one else would take a bite. Frustrated and defeated, the red fox slinked away, leaving the snow leopard to savor its victory. A pair of leopards was hunting a warthog, but the outcome left everyone baffled. The male leopard pinned the struggling warthog to the ground, while the female wandered nearby, seemingly indifferent. The male gripped the warthog by the throat, trying to end it quickly. The warthog's will to survive was incredible. After minutes of being choked, it broke free and attempted to escape. The male recaptured it, locking its throat again, but his approach seemed almost playful, as if his heart wasn't in the hunt. Soon, the warthog escaped once more. Determined to impress the female, the male pounced again, pinning the terrified warthog while it wailed in desperation. But then, something unexpected happened. The female gave the male a subtle nod, and he released the warthog without hesitation, letting it flee. The pair disappeared into the nearby woods, leaving behind the warthog and a potential feast. Why did he let it go? What do you think happened? Lost and desperate, the elk used its sharp antlers to relentlessly charge at the predator. Though it was bitten, the elk cleverly led the predator toward the water, where it slammed into it with great force. This elk was different from the others, brave and strong. The predator, known for attacking young elk, found itself facing an unexpected challenge. Despite the elk's constant efforts to bite and tear, The elk fought back with long, powerful strikes of its antlers, causing the predator to hesitate. But the predator wasn't backing down. It sank its teeth into the elk's rear, and the pain was unbearable. The elk stumbled, fleeing toward the water, with the predator hot on its heels. It had a plan: to use its antlers to ram the predator again and again until the predator was overwhelmed. With sheer determination and relentless force, the elk made its escape, victorious against a foe that had always seemed unbeatable. Using molten aluminum at over 1,000 degrees, Sang Biao created a stunning art piece, so incredible that a wealthy buyer offered millions for it. Truly unbelievable. As the molten aluminum poured into the ant colonies, red fire ants scattered in panic, but those trapped underground had no escape. Witnessing the intricate underground network felt like uncovering a hidden labyrinth. To ensure the piece was flawless, Sang Biao melted 100 kilograms of aluminum, carefully pouring it into each tunnel. The fire ants, known for their aggressive nature and devastating impact on crops, pose a serious threat to farmers. Without timely action, they can cause immense losses. But the next day brought a thrilling moment: the excavation of this breathtaking artwork. Not only were the destructive ants eradicated, but Sang Biao also unearthed a valuable masterpiece. This ingenious creation was both a triumph over nature and a showcase of human creativity. The lion charged fiercely, slamming open the gate. The elderly man inside the house, to everyone's shock, stepped out on his own. Would he be devoured by the lion? The final outcome was chilling, sending shivers down one's spine. 2 lions stormed into the village under the cover of night. Without a doubt, they were hunting for prey. At that moment, 2 dogs caught the lions' attention. The lions raged wildly at the barrier, while the dogs barked furiously at the intruders. The black dogs had never encountered such a fearsome enemy. Without the gate holding them back, the dogs might not have survived. But the gate wasn't locked. The dogs' relentless barking only enraged the lions further. Just as one lion seemed ready to leave, it suddenly turned back, smashing the gate open. If the lion had squeezed through the gap, the dogs and their owner would have met a tragic end. Before the lions could venture far, the elderly man inexplicably stepped outside. Meanwhile, one of the lions stumbled upon an old ox on the road. In the end, it wasn't the dogs that saved their owner. It was the ox that bore the brunt of the attack. Had it not been for the ox's sacrifice, the lion would have turned its wrath on the elderly man, leaving no chance for survival. What the heck? These dogs must have studied military strategy because they just pulled off a perfect waiting by the tree for the rabbit tactic. A few dogs locked their eyes on the burrow, ready to pounce on anything that dared to come out. Suddenly, a little critter bolted from another hole, thinking it could slip away unnoticed. No chance. The dogs instantly charged after it. This is insane. Looks like that little guy isn't getting away. Once again, the Paw Patrol claims victory. The crocodile and the hippo are about to clash again. Who truly rules the waters? Spotting the crocodile basking lazily on the riverbank, the hippo wasted no time, charging forward for a surprise attack. But just as the hippo approached, the crocodile lifted its head, startling the hippo momentarily. With courage reignited, the hippo advanced aggressively, and the tension between them ignited like a powder keg. The crocodile braced itself for the inevitable battle. The hippo made the first move, jaws wide, lunging at the crocodile. In response, the crocodile snapped back fiercely. Yet, after just one exchange, the crocodile turned tail and fled. In this showdown for territory, the hippo emerged victorious. Crocodiles rarely dare challenge hippos. Those thick-skinned water tanks can't be easily harmed. If angered, a hippo will pummel a crocodile relentlessly, sometimes even killing it. Outnumbered crocodiles resting on the bank had no choice but to retreat, giving way to the unbeatable hippo. When it comes to hippos, the only options for crocodiles are to dodge or flee. Would you call this walking straight into the lion's den? The Komodo dragon had come to challenge the honey badger's reign, setting the stage for a fierce showdown. This Komodo dragon was on its home turf, searching for food, while Mi Huan, the honey badger, was calmly digging a den, unaware of the danger closing in. The dragon had already caught the scent and began moving toward the honey badger's location. Mi Huan, ever vigilant, sensed the threat and tactically retreated into the underbrush. Both creatures paused, each carefully planning their next move, unwilling to rush into battle unprepared. The honey badger circled stealthily, while the Komodo dragon relied on its natural camouflage, each playing to their strengths. But suddenly, Mi Huan spotted an unexpected target. a trembling Komodo hatchling clinging to the end of a fragile tree branch. The honey badger closed in, relentless, as the branch wobbled dangerously. In desperation, the hatchling leapt from the tree. At that critical moment, the adult Komodo dragon charged in to defend. The battle erupted. Mi Huan latched onto the dragon's neck with a powerful bite. Shockingly, the dragon chose to flee, but stumbled and fell, sealing its fate. The honey badger delivered the final blow, turning the dragon into its next meal. Had the dragon fought back, would the outcome have changed? We'll never know, but hesitation proved fatal. Damn, what a disaster! The Lion King stepped out today without checking his luck and ended up getting attacked by some spicy snacks. It didn't take long before the poison started kicking in. The lion was foaming at the mouth, struggling and vomiting uncontrollably. He tried to find some water, hoping it would help, but didn't get far. The poison was taking over, probably from a black mamba's bite. As time passed, the lion's eyes changed, and he was done for. Lying there gasping for air, it was all in vain. Eventually, the Lion King was done for. When the other lion found him lying on the ground, he couldn't help but feel a twisted satisfaction. Today's meal just got better, boys.